Season. They spent a lot of time working with Indiana's player development staff. And we've seen her really blossom as Gray separates and buries the third. Sherrod at the strong side rebound, looking to push for Atlanta. Here's Sherrod quickly up the floor. Gray again. Allisha Gray 2 for 2 from deep.
Atlanta wants to play fast, push the pace, as does Indiana.
Clark bangs all the way in and finishes. That's what she was able to do the other night against Dallas.
So much this season.
Here's Sherrod, can't hit. Reese left alone. Reese gets denied by Boston. It squirts out to Clark. Here's Clark. Over the last 3 seasons. Here's Mitchell firing and hitting on a 3.
With Sherrod out of the game.
Indiana, Mitchell 18 straight games with at least 20 points. That's the longest single season streak in W history. The longest 2-season streak belongs to Asia. Here's Clark working behind Boston. Has the switch on Reese, will fire and hit from 3.
Based on the threes.
And that was something, Rebecca, you had even pointed out during the game, just off mic, how as a shooter that can really help you as Okot lays it in while leading the league in assists. Howard will fire and bury the 3. Right, Toronto at 7 and then Atlanta, Vegas at 9. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Reese gets denied by Timpson.
This is a lineup for Indiana on the offensive end that's going to be tough to get spacing because of Billings and Timpson.
Reese nuzzles in and gets it off the bounce of Boston. Flings it back out. By the way, Indiana just 2 turnovers in that first quarter. What a take from Gray.
Finish.
Cunningham looking for help, finds Clark. Clark to a wide open Harris. Her 3 is good. Picking up right where she did the group, whether she plays 3 minutes or 20 minutes. And then Ty said, you know, Cece leaves me in awe. Said, I'm watching her sometimes. Ryan Howard navigates around 3 defenders. Great look for Gray on the finish.
You see, as Billings go by, you see her say, my fault, my fault. I don't know that it was, but that's the right thing for Caitlin Clark to say to boost her teammates' confidence.
Here's Howard denied by Billings. Yeah, that was not the move. Howard short on a 3. Reese the rebound. Reese the putback is good. Atlanta had missed its last Jersey retirement game coming up next on ESPN. Shot clock down to 1. Borlase buries the 3. Got lost in the corner, and this game is tough. It off. Gray dumps it in. Okot couldn't finish it. Gets it back and squeezes it home. Got it just around her college teammate Raven Johnson. Mitchell with 6. Mitchell looking for an angle. Couldn't lay it in. Boston the rebound. The fall away. Blocked by Okot.
And just got her hands a little bit too much involved there in Caitlin Clark's body.
Big tiebreaker implications in this game as Mitchell hits. I think it will be on ESPN or ABC. Here's Mitchell behind Boston. Pull-up jumper is good. Is the Kelsey burner coming now? The arms of Clark. Clark, guarded by Sherrod, will fire a bomb and hit from way down. Indiana back in front. It's a 7-0 run. Gray cuts through the double and lays it in. What a beautiful take from Allisha Gray. Mitchell. Jitters, pops, and hits. Yeah, I think she found it.
And certainly the answer was yes, and 30 years later, we're all celebrating the way this game has grown.
You know, I do think there are times I take for granted what a legend you are. A decade and a half. I've been lucky enough to be a part of the last 14. You've called countless Final Fours, and I can say your commitment has only ever been to 2. Cunningham grabs it. Off to Clark. Clark looking to work the lane on Pow Pow. The left-handed finish from Caitlin Cole for that board for Atlanta. A reminder, Diana Taurasi's jersey retirement coming up next as Pow Pow buries the three.
She's been wearing those goggles ever since to protect her contacts. And guess what? They're sold out for Nike. I think they need to make some more.
Love that, Ollie, as Clark buries the three. Good ball movement, that possession from it. Clark wielding into the paint. Kicks it out. Boston takes the three, takes the two, and nails it.
How many 6'5" post players can...
Guarded by Howard, an outstanding defender. Clark looking to separate, fading, and hitting. Has just become so automatic in the mid-range. Billings tips it, Reese controls it, guarded by three players. Gray ends up open, connecting on a three. Gray, she's 3 of 5 from deep. Clark through the lane, reverses it in. 22 for Clark, trying to do everything she can for Indiana right now. Reese, the crossover, knocked out of bounds. 10 in the third. She is the leading scorer so far tonight. Here's Mitchell, blasting into the paint, off the bench and in the hoop. 2 seconds, Atlanta indeed. We were joking with Renee Montgomery in the break about what happened with the AC here. Shot clock down to 4. Timpson, persistent. 14 for Michaela Timpson.
They can come back quickly and score a lot of points quickly, but she doesn't want them to be impatient with their offense. She also said, got to quit fouling and putting them on the line too much.
Mitchell buries the long to Clark. Clark separating, taking, missed that one. Boston, a putback is good. Aaliyah Boston up to 14 points, 8 rebounds. 6 to shoot. Gray working behind Howard, switched on Clark. Gray, you bet! Alicia Gray has tied her career high with Billings with 4 lays. Here's Clark behind Boston, finds the cutter. Timpson gets denied, but fouled on the inbound from Clark. Clark finds Cunningham with the finish and the foul. And a chance for 3 as this game is tied. Mitchell stuck on 15 points. Has scored at least 20 and 18 straight. Hillman wants it in the post for the finish on Clark. Rebound, fever ball, down 3. Mitchell dashing ahead, will fire, and hit. Tie game at 81. Been a great atmosphere here at State Farm Arena. These fans have managed to heat in this building. Gray gets denied by Boston. 10 to shoot for 3 blocks for Boston. 7 to shoot. Gray fading. Can't hit. Reese, another board. And that one she puts up and in. Here's Clark ahead to Mitchell. Low pass. Mitchell digs it up. Timpson finds space, and Mitchell finds her. Tightrope. Boston looking to take it to Reese. Reese falls. Boston, the pass. Timpson, the finish. What a lob from Clark, the basketball. Now Mitchell coming to it. Mitchell, the jitter, the float. Can't finish, but Timpson can. A 20-point night for Michaela Timpson. And the Indiana lead is now 6. Howard spinning, great look, and Hillman lays in a much-needed bucket for it. That foul on Reese was perfect. Here's Howard, guarded by Clark. Howard digs in for the finish and the foul. And a chance for 3 for Ryan Wine. Mitchell on the drive, trying to take Reese. Mitchell lays it in. 2 possessions. Lays, can't hit. Rebound Clark, flings it ahead, and that will do it. Indiana hangs on in overtime. 95-91 the final in a